For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed. Keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving. And supervise your children.
Para su seguridad, favor de permanecer sentados, con las puertas cerradas, manteniendo sus manos, brazos, pies y piernas adentro, mientras el tranvía esté en movimiento. Y vigilen a sus niños. Gracias.
Please hold on to hats, glasses, or any loose items that could fall from the tram. If an article should fall, please stay seated until the next stop and inform the nearest cast member. Thank you.
Driver, you are clear. We're just gonna do like 10, like right when they
We are now en route to the Disneyland Resort Main Entrance Plaza, gateway to Disneyland Park, Disney California Adventure Park, and the Downtown Disney District. If you are here just for the day, our one-day park hopper ticket offers same-day admission to both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. If you have more time to spend, multi-day tickets are an especially good value. Maximize your visit by downloading the official Disneyland app to purchase tickets, access park maps, view attraction wait times, and mobile order food for pickup. To provide a more enjoyable experience for everyone who visits, smoking and vaping are not permitted in our theme parks, the Esplanade between the parks, or in the Downtown Disney District. If you have brought your own food and beverages, please use the picnic area located just to the left of the Disneyland main entrance. If you plan to leave the park and return later today, please be sure to keep your ticket. Just ahead is the Downtown Disney District, with exciting shopping, dining, and live entertainment. Just beyond it is Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, inspired by the famed arts and crafts movement in California. We are now approaching the main entrance plaza. At the end of your visit, please return here to take the Mickey and Friends and Pixar Pals tram back to the parking area. The trams will continue running until 1 hour after the latest park closing time. Please remain seated with the doors closed until the tram comes to a full stop. Then gather your belongings, watch your step, and exit to the driver's left.
Okay, let's start with the...
Fantasyland, that will be your point to get on any attraction for Fantasyland or Toontown, like the new Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, where you can meet Mickey Mouse, or the Matterhorn bobsleds, where you can meet Harold and Getty.
Stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños.
And folks, you have to also be seated at all times.
Speaking of surprises, this place we're passing over is chock full of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and other beloved critters on fun-filled adventure where anything can happen.
Yeah, they were.
As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontiers of a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's the natural beauty as far as the eye can see.
Alright folks, once again we do need all children sitting down at all times. If I don't have the children sitting down, we are going to have to stop this train.
There is a revered Indian shaman sharing his stories with those in the great river valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fuels these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams, and the stories that went with them, were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable, like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness. This tunnel signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of gear, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, a cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings, then step carefully from the train. Have fun, and say hi to Mickey and Minnie for me. Those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is
Now arriving, Mickey's Toontown Depot. Kindly remain seated until the train has come to a full and complete stop, and you see the two conductors step off the train. This is also your stop for all Fantasyland attractions. Aboard the excursion tree, folks, please remain seated, supervise your children, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Also, please keep your smaller, younger children away from those train edges. We are now departing for Tomorrowland Station, but I'm pretty sure we'll get there soon.
Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain.
Oh, that's the one we're going on later. Yeah, so we go on that at 6 o'clock. Yep.
Alright, but we also ask that all children be sitting all the way down on their bottom at all times.
I have no problem.
We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959.
They're going to stop out here in a little bit.
Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
Alright folks, we're now pulling into Tomorrowland Station where there's a great big beautiful tomorrow. Please remain seated until the train has come to a full complete stop and you see your two conductors step off the train. This is also your stop for Space Mountain, Star Fighters, Astro Blasters, Finding Nemo, Submarine Voyage, and the Disneyland Monorail. Please keep any smaller younger children away from those train openings. We are now departing from Main Street Station, but first we're going to take a little detour through the Grand Canyon and vistas beyond. Please, for the courtesy of those around you on the train, while we're in the tunnel, please no flashing coffee, no video lighting, and please turn off any electric voice or accessories.
To those who have just come aboard, welcome. The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado, tenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas, fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, the land of the dinosaurs. returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us,
Now arriving Main Street Station. Mind you, the train comes to a full and quick stop, and you see your two conductors step off the train. As a reminder, Main Street Station only has stairs, no ramps or elevators, so please keep any drawers or wheelchairs folded until you reach the bottom of the stairs and street level. Welcome to
welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a Grand Circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting on. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be
All right, my friends, remain seated until the train reaches the full complete stop. Once again, remain seated until the train reaches the full complete stop. Thank you.
Down the track with the smoky side. It will pop and come
little ones, do me a big favor. Supervise your parents right back. We don't want our story to take any unexpected turns, because our story is just a bit different than most. Our story will begin right here inside the mouth of Monstro the whale, the very same one who swallowed Pinocchio, Geppetto, and now us, completely whole. But not to worry, friends. I always say where Monstro's tail ends is where our tale begins. That's because he's helped to transport us here to the magical and enchanted place I like to call Storybook. Now, our first story is that of the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf. Now, lucky for those 3 little pigs, they live safely on our right, just coming up here in their 3 homes. The first made of straw, the second made of sticks, and the third, you guessed it, 100% wolf-proof bricks. Now, our story does take a bit of a curious turn as we round the corner and cross under this archway, as just ahead, on our left, we'll see the quaint English cottage that Alice calls home. And we're to Gopher Neverland, where they never, ever, ever have to grow up. Now, just like Peter, think happy thoughts, and don't you dare close your eyes, because just ahead we'll see the enchanted kingdom of Agrabah, where love was found between 2 very unlikely people when the street rat Aladdin bumped into the Princess Jasmine and stole her heart. Today, they're known to take the occasional magic arch ride over, sideways, and under these very archways on their journey to a whole new world. Now, friends, I'm not sure if you can see it from where you're sitting, but from way up here, it's crystal clear that Jasmine and Aladdin's story was filled with shining, shimmering, and splendid light, except for right there. But there are he or she who finds that genie's lamp will be granted 3 magical wishes. So let's all close our eyes and make a wish and see if it comes true. Now, speaking of wishes, the white wish for a safe place to stay when she fled the evil queen and stumbled across the 7 dwarf cottage here in this cozy forest on our right, where, if you listen close, you can hear them all whistle while they work. Turn the page to our left here, friends. Directly across the canal, we'll see Cinderella's blue-roofed chateau, where she wished she would attend the ball. Now, Cinderella's wish did come true. However, she did not heed her fairy godmother's warning, and her coach turned back into a pumpkin where it sits on that bridge to this very day. Don't feel too bad for Cinderella. Sure, the ball was a squash. All bored, because today she lives atop that hill in her pink and gold castle with her very own Prince Charming, happily ever after. Now, friends, whether you are happily ever after to the top of the hill of the castle, or you're like me and it simply comes in the form of a good night's sleep, Storybook Land is a little something for all kinds of dreamers, like the giant patchwork quilt you'll see on our left-hand side. This giant, sprawling patchwork of succulents was themed after Walt Disney's 1933 Silly Symphony cartoon, Lullaby Land, where it said that each succulent here will take up to 1 full year just to grow 1 single inch. That's one of the many reasons why this place was a park-wide favorite of master storyteller Walt Disney himself. He considered it timeless and has continued to inspire new stories ever since.
I think it's massive for taking that long.
The wind in the willows. Whereas we continue forward and cross under that archway, we'll look ahead to our left and see the not so humble home of someone you may already be familiar with. Everyone's favorite bad driver, Mr. Toad. So now that I'm taking a closer look at Toad Hall there, it doesn't look like Toadie's even home right now. I bet he's off in Fantasyland on some wild ride headed to nowhere in particular. Somewhere very warm, I'm sure. But don't sweat. I'll just introduce you to his neighbors in the frozen kingdom of Arendelle. where Elsa fled to the top of that icy fjord, but her sister Anna just refused to let her go. The act of love saved them both, allowed them to once again ask, do you want to build a snowman? Just like Anna said, it doesn't have to be a snowman. It can be a puppet like Geppetto built across the way here in his Alpine village, where once upon a time the woodcarver Geppetto built his puppet Pinocchio and wished upon a star that he'd be a real boy. Wasn't until he'd proven himself that the blue fairy granted that very wish, no strings attached. Isn't that right, Wandering Oak?
Big summer blowout.
My friends, our story continues as we continue to cross Undone Bridge. As we look ahead on our right, we'll see Prince Eric's castle, where he and Princess Ariel live happily ever after.
We're gonna sit tight, let them move forward. So sorry you guys.
Where he and Princess Ariel lived happily ever after, as well as where the Little Mermaid became part of our world when she took her very first steps as a human on her... Wait, what do you call them? Feet. So Ariel's adventures weren't always on steady legs. They did ultimately spill out from the underwater kingdom of Atlantica on our left. What would become of all this story?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Not bad. Not bad, not good.
Deanna, look what Louise got me!
You fucking... Why? Why do you do this to me?
Because I love you.